fact we got 45 points off our bench tonight. My focus tonight was to make sure that we played better in the last 10 minutes of the game. Assuming going in that we were going to have a lead, having the personnel mismatches obviously that we had. So I was happy that our guys off the bench scored 27 points collectively in the last 7 minutes of the game, extended the lead, kept their focus, and showed their talent down the stretch. Second thing, I was happy with SK's shot selection. It's been not great with 2 exhibitions in the first game. He was shooting in the 20s from the 3-point line because he was taking too many challenge shots. And there was a day in his career where that was all he could do. He's a complete all-around offensive player, so he does not need to take challenge threes. When he drives the closeout, puts the ball on the floor, makes people defend him off the dribble, doesn't settle for tough jumpers, he's going to get 20 every night, give or take. He's going to get 20 every night. See, he's really developed as an all-around player on the offensive end. So that being said, we still got things to work on, namely free throw shooting. We got to get some guys to take their time with the foul and gather themselves and get our concentration better.
SK just talked about the bench too. Is that because you just talked about it in the locker room, or is that a concern that you got?
Well, they knew I wasn't happy with it Sunday. Obviously, we watched film on Monday, and then the second part of that is they know we have a style and a system that we've been building since last spring to try to have a great team this year. And a big part of that is our guys know that depth was an issue. It hurt us in the Ohio State game. It hurt us in the Big East Championship game. And our veteran guys understand. You gotta have some quality play off the bench if you're going to be able to be an elite team.
Coach, are you happier with the team as a whole overall shot selection? I think you guys finished 55% from the floor.
In the second half, yes. I thought in the first half, Jaquan, he was 2 for 8. So in the second half, he's 3 for 3. I thought he took some tough jumpers in the first half. But in the second half, obviously, we shoot 67%. So though we settled for some shots in the first half that we didn't need to settle for.
How did you feel you guys did tonight as far as working on turnovers? And that was a big thing.
Better, but still, Justin has 2 early. Our first 4 are 2 Justin, 1 SK, and 1 Cash, and they're all self-inflicted. None of them are what's the tennis term, unforced errors? Yeah. They're all enforced errors. So it's part of trying to play fast. You got to play smart at the same time. So still too many for me.
What's the hardest part about that? Is it when you're trying to play fast, needing to slow down while playing fast?
Well, you got to make the easy play. Justin's problem is he always tries. Most of the time, his weakness is he tries to hit the home run. He's a home run there. And it's an adjustment for him playing more out on the floor. Cash's issue is sometimes he just lets his guard down. He's got. I'm of the opinion he has as much talent as any guard in the Big East. It's just that I have to constantly challenge him mentally, to stay focused mentally.
Something that'll come with time, though. I imagine just as these guys get used to it, it's just a matter of getting used to.
Yeah, and it could be misleading. You have to go back and I kid around. Buzz Williams, a friend of mine. He's Mr. Numbers, where I'm really not. But in a game like this, there's way more possessions. So every stat's the final score's inflated. Every stat's somewhat inflated. So, but 15 turnovers in a Big East game, you're going to lose.
Right. Did you tell these guys they had to get 100 points tonight?
No, I told them we should.
Okay.
We should. If we execute, and our mental state is focused for 40 minutes with our talent, we should.
You talked about Titus being an offensive spark off the bench, but really he's been a spark in just about every facet of the game.
And he was sick tonight. Titus is sick. So I told him, part of being a Bearcat, this goes back the last to the last 23 or 4 years. You got to get sick after the game. He kind of looked at me like, this guy's crazy. He gets sick after the game. So, yeah, he's not feeling well. So, Titus has got tremendous talent, although I got to get him to the offensive glass. But I told you guys, he's probably our best passer. He's probably our best passer.
No turnover totals are like off the chart, 54 to 26.
Yeah, we showed a lot of us not going to the glass. Obviously, boxing out wasn't what I wanted against Tennessee Martin from our perimeter players, and then our perimeter players not getting to the glass. Offensive rebounding is all about numbers. You got to get 3 guys in. You can't have 1 guy on the offensive glass.
So it sounds like you've made progress on a lot of the fronts that you hoped to make progress in.
Yeah, I was just happy with our focus. You know, you can only emphasize so many things, and the things that we tried to emphasize, the guys did a pretty good job of that tonight, minus a couple of the turnovers, right?
So those things like you're talking about rebounding.
Yeah, and the little things that, like, which don't show in the stat sheet, are off the ball defensive stance, in our rotations on how we defend pick and rolls. And those are just the things that other teams are going to run. Everybody runs variations of the same stuff. So that, but stuff that you can write down is our blocking out needed to improve. And we needed to get more people on the offensive glass. And obviously, and we needed to improve our turnovers. But
Better play from your bench.
definitely better play from our bench. I know those guys are good players. And when I say that, I came in here last week or 2 days ago talk about deflections, and our bench had 7. Today they have 19,
And you have
39. That might have been more than that. That could be a miscount.
So when these early season games like this, do you go into every game with a list of objectives like that?
Yeah. It's not just games, areas of, I go into practice. I'm going to watch a film and I'm going to go into practice with what we need to improve on. Like, there's a couple things I already know that we got to work on, we got to get better at. And I can give you one of them, and us trying to push the pace offensively, it's new to us. You guys can watch, you see me giving the let's go sign to the, to our point guards, and if somebody makes us walk it up, but if not, let's go, trying to, we try to have a 3-part system where we're trying to go for layups, and if not, go and then flow into our offense. If we have to walk it up, then we got to execute whatever we're going to try to run. That's the third option in the way we're trying to play on offense. And it's just new for our guys. And constantly, we put so much effort in on the defensive end, it's almost like we got to stop giving that, that collective sigh, like, hey, because we don't like to give up baskets. But when we do, we got to continue to practice transitioning to offense. It's just going to take time.
Do you like seeing Cash do behind the back bounce passes in transition like that?
If it's the right play, I'm all for it. There's a time that it's the correct play, depending on where the defense is.
That was one tonight, right?
Yeah, definitely, just like the other day. We got to continue to improve with our lob pass. I can't remember if it was Cash or somebody else. Somebody threw a great lob to Shaq Milledge. I think he missed it, or maybe he got fouled in the second half.
The crowd gets all excited when Cash does it. Do you ever get a little smile or say that was pretty cool?
I'm just worried about execution. I'm not worried about cool. They don't pay me for cool. I'm here to win games, graduate players.
Right, I guess, are you entertained by it?
Again, I'm worried that Sammy entertains me. My 6-year-old. Samantha Jean's in charge of entertainment for me.
Coach, on Cashmere, he looks like
But if it gets more people in the stands, I'm all for it, because that's part of my job.
it looks like Cash is moving really well off the ball this year. He's been like that for maybe parts of the year.
You're talking about on offense?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's got guys that can, he's a great shooter. And in our offense, the ball's it's touching more hands, so he doesn't have it. So it's allowing him to be a shooter when he's off the ball, which is a huge weapon for us because he's a great shooter. And I think he's got some guys this year. SK now he's got SK, Jaquan, Titus. Those guys can find him for shots.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.